Oh, what the fuck?
Turn she's like soft. Check things I wanted. Turn I wanna show you. Check things we create. Turn she's like soft. Check you know it's only you. Let's get it straight, let's get it cool, let's get it carried out. She's not the same, I be the flame, you wanna put me out. You take my soul, you gotta go, cause you be fooling now. Take my soul, but never feel like holding chairs, I shut you out. It's might as well be a couch. Listen, girl, I'm like a cow. I got milk and you got power. Honey dripped off in your mouth. Got purple syrup drink, let me dig. Every day is not a struggle. I wake up, it's got the hustle. Let me tell you about life. It's like school, you need an A. Except angels need the teachers, and they got the other way. While the humans need the students. Come on, daddy, we got no pockets. And your bros being nuisance. So just lift up like we feel this. But girl, you know. You do things I wanted to. She's like something. That's right. You do things I wanted you. Oh, I wanna show you. Turn the things we create. Check. She's like something. That's right. It's only you. It takes two, and you know just for food. Something like a baby, and I'm with the pilot crew. We all dressed down, fuck with us, that be your boo. Got your views, now you look clueless. I'm so high, I rule with this. Fuck the vibe, the new shit. Same time, but a new bitch. Bend down, go and take this. It's your purpose, make it. Don't gotta make me bitch. Instant wear it, cake, bitch. If you got a rake, you know you use it for your safety, bitch. Just last week, some girl asked me why that I never land. She did. I told her, hey, just look what be up in my hand. For real, I showed her trees and brought my smoke got high to another land. I don't think I'm hurt that way. I don't do that. I never showed you. Let me tell you things I wanted to. It's like things I wanted. I wanna show you the things we create. You speak like soul. Alright, it's only you.
You know what I'm saying? Alright. You know what I'm saying? Moonin Leo, you know what I'm saying? Let me exit out this motherfucker. Just let me get out of this. One more second. Exit that out. Right here. Right here. Go right here. Go right here. 1 second, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Okay, boom, right here. Check 1, 2. We get this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's motherfucker. But yeah, let's get it. Moonin Leo. So bubbled emotion being expressed or kept to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So this is now reason this is it is bubbled up emotions and see, here's the thing. Leo by default already, that's a masculine, that's a yang sign, and it's an emotional sign. So reason why it's yang is fire and it's emotional because it's really passionate, but it's because it's a feeler sign. You know what I'm saying? Now, hear me out. You know what I'm saying? Now, so this is a time where you don't know if you want to be expressing with your creativity or expressing what you guys say, or keep these things to yourself. Now, whether however octave you play these things is on you, but as long as you have the right tools to know where you're building these things from. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. So check 1 2. Yeah, we're good. All right, so yeah, so these things, however you're utilizing these things, is you want to be in a space of where you're understanding. See, however you express these emotions, however you express this passionate feeling, you know what I'm saying? What is Salmon? This is a time on where, you know what I'm saying, you utilize the events of when the fish is traveling above the current. So usually when fishes are below the current, we're in a different time at within the moon cycles, or not even moon cycles and sun cycles, but this is that's why I said that. I said masculine. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hopefully, let me take this off Wi-Fi. We good? We good. So yeah. So within that being said, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be in a sense of where you're seeing. So for example, so I'm gonna start over again. So with the Leo express or Leo type of expression. So here's the thing, you know what I'm saying, with the moon in Leo, this is a time of where we're gonna be in a time of where we're gonna be keeping our emotions maybe inside or trying to express these things. So the yin will be keeping these things in the emotional side. You know what I'm saying? The yang will be expressing these things in the masculine side. And here's the thing. However you're doing these things, if you keep these things bubbled and kept in, it doesn't matter which side you're taking. It's where what can you utilize, what side can you use for yourself to 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 help you within the next event of your life. So within the next event in your life, you got to be in a space where you're understanding how to utilize these spaces for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because the moon moves quickly. You know what I'm saying? So within the move, when the moon moving quickly, uh, we understand how Nana moves. You know what I'm saying? Nana is more respectable in how we're emotional feeling on the inside. You know what I'm saying? And Nana is our emotions, aka the moon. So you want to be in space where you're representing Nana on the right area of your life. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in space where you're all over the place within the emotion and you're thinking that you can express something, but the expression you give off is trying to be in a sense of where you're trying to take over these areas and everything in the way of how something's supposed to be seen, because Nana wants you to go within these emotions, express these things. You know what I'm saying? But this is what Moon and Leo is in now. So if you keep these things bubbled up in the emotional, you're playing out the lower octave. If you're expressing these things, you're playing out the higher octave. Now, however you're doing these things, see within that within that space, see Solomon Solomon, Solomon. You know, I know what the Bible again is Indian hobbyism all the time. You don't get it fucked up. But Solomon, or how do you say it? The fish. You know what I'm saying? Solomon. Uh, that in that expression, you know what I'm saying, you want to be in a sense of where you're understanding that this is when the fish is up in the high tides of the water. So this is when the fish when when we use the substance to use to from the cancer season to hook in the fish to kill the fish. Understand the astrology. Now you're in the Leo aspect of it. Now the Salmon is up in high. Now they're flopping, the vibration, the bubbled up emotions. That's if you're low octave, you get killed, you get hunted as the fish. Now if if you're gonna be higher octave, you're gonna express yourself and be in the deeper ends of the water, so you can't get caught. But this is all these things is things going on within our mind. So natives, we understood that. So things go, so things going on within our mind. You gotta be a sense where you're understanding what you put, what the things you're seeing in that area of the water cycle, because everything's a water cycle. You know what I'm saying? And however you're understanding the water cycle, you're understanding that each area of the riverbank, however wherever you're fishing, is deriving from the space of where the Leo energy is gonna be at all time. So look at the river as your emotions. Look at this fish, the fish, the shit we hunt during the Leo season. The salmon. I'm talking about salmon because it's a salmon sign. You know what I'm saying? Or different native tribes had different perspectives of these things. You know what I'm saying? Some, but this is where I'm gonna base it on this first. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? However you're utilizing these things, you want to be in a space where, see, whatever types of fish is in that river that you're hunting for. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in a space of where, are you in the clean section of it, or are you in the dirty where the shit where the fish is poop and piss at? You gotta be in a space of where the fishes be at where they're more cleaner at, and where usually when they're more cleaner at is at the basis of where you're hunting them at. So coming from the Cancer, now you're in the Leo season, so where you're hunting them at, and however you're hunting, however you're hunting the fish at, when this Leo season, these are gonna be bubbled up emotions that they'll be expressing within themselves, because they'll catch the vibe. They'll know, okay, this is a time where, you know what I'm saying, these people or these beings try to hunt us. So we either gotta be, what we gonna choose? Were we gonna go to the end, or where we poop and piss at, and stay and stay in that deep and expressing our creativities there, I mean, keeping that shit to ourselves, so there's not giving a fuck, or we're gonna keep that bubble. Wait, what did I say? What? How did I say? Oh yeah. So bubble. Are we gonna be in this? This space where we're creating these emotional things expressed. So for the humans to come and kill us, and hunt subhumans to come and kill and hunt us, or we're gonna be a space where we're gonna be to ourselves with the poop and piss, where the fish are pooping and pissing at, and our fish are gonna express themselves there, and keep making consciousness over there. But here's the thing: no one likes to be next to poop and piss. You know what I'm saying? We like to flush that shit down and let that shit go down the toilet. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in a space of where you're leaving these things alone, and you're coming to the banks of where the subhumans at, now you understand that this is how the fish think. You know what I'm saying? Now you understand the fish train of thought, even though it's deeper than that. But fish have their own perspectives of how they come up with certain trains of thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So now you understand. However, the fish came up with certain conclusions. It was based upon however it had that idea first. You know what I'm saying? So now you understand the ways of how we come across certain things. You know what I'm saying? So now, however we're putting certain things together, you know what I'm saying? Now you understand the battles of what natives and the fish were going through. And none of this was when at the end of the day, when we kill and cook the fish and fry the fish and eat it, this is supposed to be the great spirit rewarding us within a certain food. Because before it was before back earlier on, it was some natives would eat not all, but there's a couple of them, you know what I'm saying, and some would eat the fish raw, and when they eat the fish raw, they would die. But they didn't realize that they had to come up with certain conclusions to fry the fish, so when they come back, as the ancestors, when they come back, swirl down system coming back down, because we're always going to be coming back here, but it's always what kind of space and footprints do we lay in the sand to express ourselves. The footprints in the sand for us will be, y'all don't eat the fish before oh no, don't eat the fish raw. Always fry that fish first. Fry that shit, cook it well, fry it well good, season it well good. Then you eat it. You know what I'm saying? So don't be no don't be no dumbass and try to think you can eat the fish raw like a bear. You know what I'm saying? Because a bear their mechanism, their immune system is different from ours. Cause that's why we're higher. We're we're more evolved than them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of knowledge that we were trying to. We were when we coming back. We were telling you, yeah, don't do shit like that. So it's like a mechanism, shit, things like that nature. So when you understand the salmon and then the fish, now you understanding that aspect of where that emotional trauma comes from. So even that space, for us to come up with that knowledge, comes with certain ideas of how you got to be the place where you're understanding yourself and understanding the certain cycles you're going through. You know what I'm saying? You understand your certain things. So even that conclusion of how we die when we ate the fish raw, we may have not seen we may have not seen the fish coming up within the lighter side of the what's it called? Uh, damn, what's it called? The water cycle. They weren't bowled up and expressing that emotion. We probably went deeper on the deeper end where they were pissing and pooping and peeing at in that area and try to kill them. When we try to kill them, then we kill them, and then we you know what I'm saying. So it's already bacteria and parasites and all types of things going on. So now you understand. So it's not what you do; it's how you do it. Excuse me. So that's kind of how you can understand it from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is deep, but it's really not when you understand certain things. Like you gotta have this shit in your blood. You know what I'm saying? So we have this shit. You're knowing how to go back to that bloodline and see trace where that shit came from. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing: if you're not having this types of adept knowledge within yourself, having this in depth wisdom within yourself, then you want to understand where the whole area shit is coming from. You know what I'm saying? You'll start thinking something is from this area, something is from that area. But as long as you start putting these things together, and now you know where these mechanisms was coming from. Now you're in the right space of where you can derive these things and build these things up from the inside out. Real shit. And you don't gotta destroy anything from the inside out. You understand that the inside out it's not something to be destroyed. It's something to be changed from the outside. Because the outside looking in, you're in a space where you're always seeing it from a bird's eye view. So that's for that perspective. You know what I'm saying? And then once you understand that, you're understanding that the bird's eye view is strictly seeing it. If you are from a bird's perspective, what is a bird looking at? How's a bird's brain is looking at from if it's looking down from at us? You know what I'm saying? So when we understand if it's one is looking down at us, we're in a space of where what type of spirit, how did that spirit create that mechanism within itself to create that type of form within itself to express that actual form of vibration and frequency vibration to create those organs. You know what I'm saying? That's how we coming in looking fresh, looking like birds, looking like walking human birds. It's shit like that. Like nigga, like you know what I'm saying? That's when we name these things like Thunderbird. You know what I'm saying? All these things. You know what I'm saying? Real motherfucking shit. But yeah, so within that, so it's like now we understanding that it's like we understanding that certain things happen for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So if you're wise in that perspective, you're understanding that the area of where you were at, or area where she was at, or the area where they were at. We're seeing it from what that one saying, but having that like we had all these names for the Great Spirit, but we like from different tribes, but we knew that it was not different dialects, but different spaces of where we were where we were born at, where we came out from the water at, where we came out from thin air at, and in that space, you're understanding that the whole thing is based upon like how the tongue and how our language, how we came up from that geographical location to express a certain thing from that space. You know what I'm saying? And in this space, so we all had a lingo to express the Great Spirit, different types of lingos and languages, but we all knew what we were talking about. You know what I'm saying? So once we all knew what we were talking about, that's how we had it was like something I can, something I can't do. Goddamn, you can do something I can't do. I can do something you can't do. Let's trade. Let's start to work. That was the currency. That was the real currency. You know what I'm saying? Like, say check this shit out. I can do this. You can do that. Let's get this shit correlated. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't some shit where we have money and it was like what the fuck. Nah. It was on some, we were on some other types of shit. So now you understand, like, oh, what the fuck is, you know what I'm saying? It's like it be shit like that, but it be in your face, but you don't know how to see it because when it's expressed, it's like different lingos and different ways and how we get to that starting point in that area of how we express that thing on how something's supposed to be seen from that area of your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. So it's like that be the space of where you can look at it from that area of your life. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, we all have certain things of where, like I said, back to the moon and Leo, is like we all have certain things that we keep bubbled up to ourselves, but we want to express that we do. But if you keep these things to yourself, you never know on what can happen. You might go through an inner explosion within yourself, and that's how you do organ implosion. But when you keep these things bubbled up and express these things, you're doing expansion because you're going within the cycle of what the mama, the nana you want the moon is trying to express to you. You know what I'm saying? So when you let that happen, now you're understanding that the whole exclusion and execution is all derived upon how you're doing it to yourself within your inner natures, your inner beast. So, however, that moon cycle is trying to let you derive that certain information out of your informative nations. Now you're understanding what things you express, what your spirit expressing is Leo-like quality. So they say the sign of attention, but it's really what the emotions you can express, and then you don't gotta keep these things within yourself. And then that's where that can. I'm drinking a cold drink and it's cold outside, so I'm going through a what's it called, BTD. So I shouldn't even be drinking this cold drink and knowing damn well it's cold outside. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so that and so that's my point. Yeah, so when you're understanding that from that space, it's you're understanding that the whole area of what you're trying to do is you're trying to play out, you're trying to play like the transits. So when you play like the transits, you understand where you were at as a spirit to like, this is how you kind of snapshot down here and gave life to yourself coming out of thin air. You may think you came out your mama, but that's you really coming out of thin air. So, however, you're utilizing that. You're understanding how these things is deriving from. So now you're understanding that the whole point is to be at a space of where you're coming up with certain ways of how you can see these things from where it's coming from, from where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like how you can start like getting more aware and shit like that. But yeah, so that's in that space. So like you are already doing things like that already. So the more you can kind of derive information from that, the more you can kind of see, okay, you're doing this, you're always doing this thing, or you're always doing that mechanism, but not what you do, is how you do it. So as long, bro, this is pissing me off because I'm not even sick. I know when you're sick and you guys, but I'm not sick. It's just cold outside, and then I'm drinking a cold drink because I swear literally I was once I bought this, that's when it started happening. So I was like, what the fuck? So now I know better now, and then I guess drink that something hot next time. You know what I'm saying? Even it out. But I don't know. I was just feeling a cold drink. Like I was like, because I haven't had this in a minute. So I was like, let me get this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm getting it now. I regret it. It tastes good, but it's like I gotta suffer from the every millisecond or every second. But that shit bullshit. Like, God damn, man, what the fuck? So I sometimes anyway, yeah. So yeah, but yeah. So at one point, yeah. So you understand that mechanism, that snapshot mechanism. You understand how you're doing certain things. down here in general. So now you understand it's just a mechanism. So you're always doing that. It's not what you do; it's how you do it. So always have the snapshot. That's why we have certain things like it's your moon day, or it's your Sunday. Like what you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say your moon sign is in Leo, and then the moon is in Leo. So let's say your moon sign is in Leo, and then we're in Leo right now. It's your moon day. It's your moon. It's your flight. It's your flight day for your moon. So that's how you understand that mechanism. So it may not been the same snapshot. Like you may not be. Let's say you were born on 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 Pisces season and Leo moon. See, you're not. It's in the sun is not in Pisces, so you would have that, and it's the sun is currently in Capricorn. So that means you're having that. You're going through that inner birthday, inner flight day within yourself. So that inner flight day, you're having that flight day within your moon. So now if you're really deep within that these kind of mechanisms, you can go deep within those trails, and then start to really go create certain substance for yourself to see what certain space you were as a spirit. You can create that mechanism of that moon to have that snapshot photo of it within your actual moon sign. Now you can go deeper than that. Now you understand, you know what I'm saying, certain things and certain stuff like that. So you can go deep within meditation and start meditating on things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like things like how you see certain like experiences. You know what I'm saying? How certain things play out within themselves. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's in that aspect. But yeah, you gotta be aware. So when you're aware, you're always aware in all instances and seeing where things are supposed to be playing out from the real perspective, from the real area, from the real starting point of your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you understand, like it's like when you understand that snapshot mechanism helps you to snapshot things in your real life to know where that mechanism came from a holy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a holy. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get technical, and then that holy will be the atmosphere, father, and the mother, holy, and then then you, the son, the daughter, holy. So we make these things whole again, and you only communicate with the holy ones. You know what I'm saying? So that's in that mechanism, things of that nature. So when you understand certain things like that, you're understanding where you get certain lingos and certain mind states and vibrations and frequencies from. You know what I'm saying? Everything it's like we're dragons. We spit fire. So we rap, we're talking, we're singing, we're spitting fire. We're thinking, spitting fire. We're feeling, spitting fire. All that shit. All these things is something we're doing. So that's what dragons do. I gotta blow my nose. Give me 1 second. So yeah, understand that. You know what I'm saying? You get things. You get with the program. Real motherfucking shit. Real motherfucking shit. So it just based upon what kind of spirit you are at this point. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers don't really know what kind of spirit they are. So motherfuckers that don't know what kind of spirit they are, they gotta get reminded every day. Look in the mirror. This is the character you are. So you don't get it fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So when we actually see what the fuck is going on, we know kind of what type of character you are. So when we see what type of character you are, we don't gotta see shit from this perspective, that perspective, this perspective, that. You know what I'm saying? We see from the main perspective, and the main perspective leads us to know what you're into and things of that nature. So when we see what you're into, we gotta do is just maneuver within that and start playing with that, seeing. Okay, this is what the spirit's into. Let's show them this. Let's show them this face, or let's show them this idea, or let's show them this feeling, or let's show them this characteristic. Whatever you start, and if you're smart like that, you know what the fuck you're. And then you're playing in that role of being yourself, but then you play that role of playing each area of what it means to be yourself, and you know how to play certain. You become like a star literally, and you don't become no celebrity star. You become an actual star. Because once upon a time, you were that twinkly little star. You know what I'm saying? In the sky. You know what I'm saying? In the atmosphere. My bad. Let me say in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we all just understanding certain things of where we come up with certain ideas of where certain things play out within a way of how we come up with certain feelings and emotional tactics that we play within ourselves. And these emotional feeling tactics we play within ourselves is derived upon however we're expressing certain leeways or however we come up with that can lead us to a way of how we can pull out from that energy and knowing how to know what's good from that, what's bad from that, or what we can utilize that for something this, or we can utilize that for getting this, or utilize that. But it's all something that we get in doing from the atmosphere and then doing our atmospherical dance, how we have certain ways and how we move. That certain way and how we move is based upon how we can put things to what they need to be at for then this station and that station, and then each station is meant to be something that we have within ourselves, that it's always going within our internal natures. Understand what we did this in the external to internal, and understand how we play out these things in the spiritual. Because once you understand these things, they all become one at the moment. So there's no such thing as two worlds. They all become one at that time. And you understand the one world. Now you understand why we came up with certain things like one world government and all these nonsense. But we really natives already had the one world government already by themselves, and we just had invaders and colonizers coming in and try to play that role within themselves. So, however, they come up with certain ideas and characteristics to play certain one world nations. It took them a good 200-300 years to actually get that shit correlated. But see, here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be a space aware with understanding that all these things are processes, and then if you don't understand where these processes is coming from, then you'll get lost in the sauce, not understanding where certain things lead to. But as long as you know where what fruit you're eating, what for fruit you're eating, and you're comfortable with that fruit, and you don't give a fuck about that fruit, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, man, this fruit, man, at the end of the day, this fruit is good for me. Or if it's not good for me, I want a better fruit. However, whatever in mind state you come up with, at least you come up with mind states. At least you come up with got it. At least you're coming up with mind states to make you feel better. Because listen, the mind spirit always likes to lie to itself. You know what I'm saying? The spirit always likes to lie to itself. So if you're not thinking this is, if whatever you're coming up with, you don't want to get you don't want to get you don't want to get destroyed in the process. You know what I'm saying? You want to know where things is coming from. If at least if you get destroyed, you know you got destroyed for the better cause. You know what I'm saying? For a better substance. So when you come back, you become something great in life. You know what I'm saying? You fought. You were within the war. You were fighting, being a warrior spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's all it's about. You know what I'm saying? Because all we're doing is trying to create layers out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because this is hell. You know what I'm saying? And we have mind states of where we can get to heaven, but sometimes when we get to heaven, we don't know that the way to get to heaven is we got to go through hell. You know what I'm saying? And that going through hell process takes time. But if you don't know the time that's going on, you may think that time is a waste of time, or time is too long, or time is this, time is that. But as long as you have the mechanism to know what you're deriving from that situation, what that situation can lead to you. You know what I'm saying? We all have people that can help each other, and that each stairway, that each process, that samsara process. You know what I'm saying? We all have spirits that get there too, and at the same time, and know what they're doing. So when we know what we're doing, we all have mechanisms of how we can get to that process, and then that process we can see what spirit is there and what spirit ain't there, and what spirit pushed us there. And then and we can see that if they're not there, then we know, okay, let's see what the fuck we can do. Let's get with the program. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we may not know how to get with the program. We may think to ourselves like, man, maybe this. But then when you stay strong for God, all possibilities, the great spirit, the great spirit pushes you to a space of where the grandma like it needs you to be a warrior, like a warrior. Like, it pushes you like, no, you gotta do this, like, cause it's all on you at this moment. Cause this is you're the only one I can trust at this time. So when you're in that mechanism, at least you're more at an area where you can. It's like man, it's like you have the power of the spiritual predecessors that came before you at that moment. You know what I'm saying? And a lot, and I'm gonna tell you right now, cause I'm a spiritual predecessor to myself. You know what I'm saying? They were beyond human. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing: when you play those qualities of being beyond human, when you play those mechanisms of being beyond human, now you're in a mechanism where each starting point is based upon what you can make out of a situation. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you can't make something out of a situation, you gotta be the person where you pull out from the atmosphere and think to yourself, what am I doing? What am I not doing that's not making sense out of this area of situational life. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have that saying everything's situational, but it's really not everything. It's really not that saying everything's situational. It's really you have to put your mind state on a certain thing. That if that mind state, whatever you're putting your mind state on, at least you put your mind state on something that can help the team or help you within. Oh shit, my phone about to die. I thought no, I didn't charge it. I forgot. This wasn't supposed to be too long, but my phone about to die anyway. 20%, but I can go for 5 more minutes. It'll last 3 more minutes. But anyway. Yeah, so it's like within that space, you gotta know where like you either have the mind state for the team, or if it's the mind state for yourself, you gotta know what you're doing for you, because it's only you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I play that song. It's only you. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Because you and that parameter, you know what I'm saying, in that space, it's only you that can direct that space, because if you're knowing that you created the atmosphere, or you were part of the atmosphere, or even if you didn't, you became, it's all you though. You have the mechanism to create something special. You know what I'm saying? And the special thing you're creating, teamwork makes the dream work in all realms of realities. So as long as you have that mechanism to know where that teamwork and that dream work is coming from, you don't have to have that quality of being at your hardship. So you know when it's meant for you to fall down, you know it was meant because the Great Spirit needed you to fall. You know what I'm saying? If it's time for you to rise, the Great Spirit needed you to rise. If it's time for you to fall back, the Great Spirit. It's all. Everything is a mechanism. Everything. We all need each other to do something. It's not something where someone is doing this and then someone's doing that. We all need each other to do something within, because that something is necessary for that space. Back to that snapshot thing quality I was talking about. We all have a snapshot quality within ourselves that we gotta raise and rise above. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we may think to ourselves that it's not meant to rise above these things, but if you're not understanding the space you're at, you're not understanding the atmosphere you're already in, and you're not going anywhere. You're always coming back here. So if you not understand the mechanism of how you put out, you have certain mind states, and think to yourself to be at that space of where you're with other spirits, y'all doing something at the same time. Y'all gotta have that quality of fluidness or cadence, or you know what I'm saying, maneuvering. So it's like you're fighting, you're boxing, you know how to boom boom boom. It's like you know all that shit. So you don't be like Mike Tyson, like I didn't even see that video, but I be hearing Dolo, but I didn't even see that video, you know what I'm saying, but the legacy nonsense. But yeah, but yeah, I'm not getting into that, because that would be that's a whole other video. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get it, but you know what I'm saying. But you wanna, as long as you know we're all here down here to create a legacy, that's all that matters. Because what's the why? What if you're down here not to create if you're down here and you don't want to create a legacy, then what are you even down here for? You know what I'm saying? You just bullshitting at this moment. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be at moments so where you're at your highest potential at all time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying you like a motherfucker. I don't be getting when motherfuckers like, but that be on their volition. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people have their own volition on why they do the certain things they do. You know what I'm saying? Just prize why you do the things you do. You know, I gotta be a song. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta know what the fuck we into, you know what I'm saying? And then if you don't know what the fuck you're into, you want understand shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I think you know what I'm saying. We kind of because my phone, I don't, my phone's already dying, and I charge this bitch up. But yeah, motherfucker, in this album was almost. Listen, I don't want to talk too much about this album, but shit finna have the whole esoteric streets on go. Like, man, we all finna be in heaven after this. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, all types of vibes in this motherfucking album. Y'all know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But beyond that, that's all I had to say. This motherfucker, Jeff Sparks, Star Pilot. We out this motherfucker.